Man, welcome in to the Fake Stuff Podcast, Gambling Edition. If you check out the last episode, you hear me, the Craft Man, and Swizzy talk about we just on here pushing buttons. I'm just pushing buttons. This will be the first time I live stream. Check me out on YouTube if I'm up there. If I ain't up there, then I'm just sitting here talking. I'm just getting out this gambling for no reason. This will just be some therapy for me. But like I said, check it out. The Fake Stuff Podcast. You can search it at Crew Mad Ham. You can search the Cruise Dynasty Podcast. Anything along those lines. You can check out all the content we put out. Do Dynasty, Redraft, Best Ball. But our favorite thing that we like to do is gambling. It's week 17. It's championship weeks. Hoping you're winning your championships. I did not. Everybody on my team playing in the championships this week. Not me. I got bounced in the first, bounced in the Final Four. It's like the guys loved me last year. Show up this year, can't catch a fucking break, man. But that's how fantasy football is. It's a fickle bitch. That's what we like to say. But here at the Fake Stuff Podcast, we do our gambling. I'm up here streaming. This is the first time I ever streamed. So this podcast might not be in audio form. We always like to put it on our podcast page. We'll see if this comes on YouTube. We'll see if this ends up on Twitter. But I got week 17 gambling for your ass. I got game lines. I got over and unders, which everybody likes. All the games were spread out this week, so less to pick from. But this is basically Saturday and Sunday slate. It's 12:45 over here on the East Coast, so 15 minutes till game time. My first bet is Denver plus 3.5 versus Cincinnati. If you know me, you know I love plus 3.5, plus 7.5. I'm hitting on them all the time because when I see 3.5, to me it tells me Vegas is unsure if this is going to be a close game or are we on the verge of a blowout. That's why they put that 3.5. So I got Denver 3.5. Cincinnati's defense trash. Bo Nix's going to go in there and pick them apart. If you're on over and unders, go check Bo Nix's yards, passing yards, and passing completions. That might be an easy one to roll out right there. Could be a slick shootout, but we'll see. Detroit money line versus San Francisco. Me and the poor man P. Miller. It's money line week for the poor man P. Miller. We do different things every week. He's got money lines on Detroit, the Rams versus Carolina, the Chargers versus New England, and Washington versus my Atlanta Falcons. Those are all money lines. Parlay them up. If you I typed out the description. Hopefully, if you check out the description, hopefully it's in there. We'll see. But usually what I say on all our podcasts, if you check all our solo pods, man, if you don't want to hear my voice, go look at the descriptions. Every bet that the crew has placed, it's all through there. I got Dallas plus 7.5 versus Philly. I know CD is out. If anything, the spread might get wider. I just think Dallas, they've been not playing for nothing. So I don't see Cooper Rush in there just half-assing it. They would love to come in here and get a win versus Philly. We got, what's his name? Jalen Hurts and concussion protocol. So things might be a little iffy on Philly for these last couple weeks. I got Dallas plus 7.5. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, 3.5, 7.5. I love hitting on bets like this. Let's slide over to the over and under. This is the Craft Man specialty. I got a couple I've tossed in here. But like I said, game time starts here in a few minutes. We got about 6-7 games the next 3. Here's some over and unders for your ass. If you want to check out more bets that we place, go follow the Discord. Add the Discord at the Fake Stuff Podcast or the Cruise Dynasty Podcast. Check us out. I'm always posting my bets in there. If you need a bookie, come hit me up on the Discord, man. We got you. You like placing bets? We got you set up. Come holler at me. Let's go make some money. Rhamondre Stevenson over 46.5 rushing yards. If the game script is good for New England, I like that one. I know the Chargers are favored, so it makes you think it's going to be an under football game. We'll see if Rhamondre could hit those. Josh Jacobs over 73.5 rushing yards. Safe. That's just safe, man. Those Packers receivers ain't doing shit because Josh Jacobs is the man. Puka Nacua over 87.5 receiving yards. Puka is the man, so they say. Listen, I'm a Puka guy, but people are trying to throw Puka into Tier 1, and he ain't done that to get into Tier 1. I've seen it multiple times on Twitter. But as far as this week, go ahead and dominate. Go ahead and win us some money. Puka's the guy. Calvin Ridley over 61.5 receiving yards. And, I was hitting on this the whole time with Will Levis, thinking, Will Levis this, Will Levis this. It takes Mason Rudolph to go ahead and get that shit done. So fucking Titans, man. Anyways, Terry McClaurin over 64.5 receiving yards going against my Falcons. Easy money. Easy money out. Anytime you see anytime there's any prop bets going against Falcons secondary, just go ahead and take the over on that. Kyren Williams over 93.5 rushing yards. Courtland Sutton over 5.5 receiving yards. You already know I like the game script for Denver today. I feel like Courtland Sutton could get a lot of receptions from Bo Nix. Just going to go out there and pick them apart. Sam Darnold over 0.5 interceptions. That's all I got for you. Please check out the description into the streams. Hopefully this one's on YouTube. Might not be on the Bird yet or Twitter. But listen, thanks for listening to the podcast. Add our podcast, the Fake Stuff Podcast. You can do it in audio form, Spotify, Apple, Spotify, any place that has a podcast. Check us out on YouTube podcast. You can check us out on YouTube. I just want to thank everybody for listening. We got us a small little community. We're trying to grow it out and expand. I just want to say thank y'all to everybody who's been involved with us the past couple of years. We've been on our grind, doing our thing over here at the Fake Stuff, because all we do, all me and Kraft and Swizzy and Dunk and NDB and Poor Man P. Miller, all we do is talk the fake stuff, and we go and win money. That's all I care about. So with that said, everybody, thank y'all for listening and checking us out. If you don't want to hear my voice, go check the descriptions and place your bets. Take all those over and unders, match them up how you want. That's the thing. Me and the Craft Man know what we're always talking about. We'll hit 3 out of 4. We'll hit 4 out of 5. So it's up to us to organize it how we got to let's go make that money. But like I said, thanks for everybody listening. 5-star review. Shout out to the Craft Man. Shout out to C Swizzy doing our thing. Add the podcast. But with that said, I'm out.